Everybody, welcome to the Crafty Maven Getaway. Today is Stash It Monday, and I'm Desiree's, not Scrapbook Nook, but yeah, on YouTube, and today I hope to inspire you to use up your stash. So we all have reasons to use up our stash. It could be because maybe an unexpected bill came, finances, trying to save up for retirement, or in my case, all of the above. But seriously, I definitely, for all those reasons and even a few more, I really have been wanting to stash bust through my stash and trim it down. So today I'm using some Echo Park Sweet Girl, and I have these two photos of my daughter and my husband, and they're almost similar. They're pretty close in photos. However, if you've been watching me, you know I'm really trying to add more pictures of her parents in her album because there was only a few. So the first thing I wanted to do was cut the pattern paper into thirds, and I really liked that plaid paper. And then I backed it on some more pattern paper, and it's basically a ledger. Now here's the part where I mess up. So I put that paper down on the left, and I'm going to trim off the branding strip. Right, sorry about that. My neighbors and I get together every Sunday and for The Walking Dead, and since it was the premiere, we went over there for dinner, which we normally always do for Sundays. It's just our ritual, and it always has been, and watch The Walking Dead while the kids watch a movie or something upstairs. Okay, so I left off talking about that branding strip. And the reason why I wish I would have left the branding strip is it would have let me know how the paper is supposed to be, meaning the right side up. And I'll talk to you more about that a little bit, but I do want to talk to you about the border. So I knew I wanted to leave that plaid paper, I wanted to have it divided to where it kind of separates the plaid paper from the cream. And I thought about creating my own border using border punches, but then I saw that beautiful floral border sticker, and I knew I had to use that. It was perfect. Now, it's gorgeous. Had I planned this better, I wish I would have cut it in half and not used the whole piece, because 6 inches of it, which is half of it, is going to be covered, actually more than that, is going to be covered up when I put down my stickers. But you know what? It happened. I wasn't thinking, I wasn't planning it right, and it's going to be covered up, so oh well. Then I wanted to create some extra patterns going behind the photograph, and I picked some yellow pattern paper that has very small print of a pattern from the collection, but then I didn't have anything else. I kept looking through, and it was like big polka dots or big stripes of paper, and it was just too bold for the background. So I went through my stash and I found this crepe paper one. It's from their older Valentine's Day collection. It's either Happy Valentine's Day or maybe it's Hello Love. I don't know. It's one of those from a couple years ago, and it was the perfect pink, and it has little crosses or positive signs, and so I'm going to use that to layer one more color around our photograph. Here I am just looking for more pattern paper, and I'm going to decide against that one. It was just too busy. So there's no really rhyme or reason that I have which photo is on the left or right. The design that I'm using for this 12 by 12 layout is a really basic design that, I mean, many people, including myself, have used in the past. But I did struggle with adding embellishments. Now I had like the chipboard and the brads and the layered stickers and, you know, the sticker sheet all from that collection, but I just felt there was lacking texture. So I went through my stash and was trying to figure out what else I could add to it. And that's when I came across washi tape. Now if you guys know me, I don't use washi tape. And I don't know why. It's, for me, it always is a struggle. However, it's just tape, and I just kind of tore it. And I knew that I wanted to have that underneath something to create more layers, and that's where I'm going to have one at the top and one at the bottom, so that way I can create a visual diagonal line going across the 12 by 12 layout. Now I'm going to go back to my chipboard, and I pull this big flower out, and I definitely knew I wanted to use that, and I realized in that same package that I had used already the other flower for a previous layout some time ago. And so I didn't have another one, so I grabbed this little tiny floral one, and I'm going to put I think I'm going to put the bigger one at the top and the smaller one at the bottom, because there is a fan in that photo, and unfortunately I'm using both photos. If I had only used one, I would have placed my embellishments all right there to cover up that fan. But I can't go back in time right to retake this picture. It's what, I have to work around the photo. So, but as soon as I laid that little floral down, I'm going to realize that it is way off balance because the sizing is all wrong. It's just way too small against that bigger one. Not against the bigger one, but competing against the bigger flower. So I'm going to figure out something else later on. But in the meantime, I went through my stash again and I came across some rub-ons. Now, I have a love and hate relationship for rub-ons. Those black ones that you see are from Basic Gray. I've had those in my stash for probably about 12 years. When Basic Gray came out with them, I bought every single theme. I love those things. They have yet to not work for me. They go on like butter. Perfect to give me the perfect picture. I love them. However, those Amy Tans have not been in my stash for half the time that the Basic Gray ones have been. And I remember when I was watching a process video when they first came out, someone had purchased them and she said that the gold ones did not work. So I tried mine, and sure enough, mine didn't either, and I had just purchased mine as well. So I tried using some of the colored ones off camera on scratch paper and nothing was working. So I ended up throwing it out of the trash because I'm not going to hold on to something that doesn't work. And then I'm just going to move on to what I had picked out originally in the beginning, which are those Heidi Swap frame. It's a very pretty metallic gold with little dots on it. There's also a floral one, you can see it up at the very top, that matched beautifully with the colors that were in this collection. However, it was more of a, I want to say like a 3.5 by 3.5 size, and it was just too big. I just needed something kind of scaled down, small enough to where I could create a little bit of an embellishment cluster. And then this is where I'm kind of going, okay, I struggled with this, trying to add different things to this layout, but I feel now it's starting to come together with different textures and different products I don't normally use. So I'm kind of getting happy about that. I wish I would have found a place for the rub-ons, but it was, like I said, it just didn't work on this layout. So I'm going to add some foam adhesive to that butterfly because the butterfly's body is going to be on the frame. And so in order to make it even, and so that way the wings could attach to the layout, I needed to add foam adhesive. Now, I don't know what I was thinking right here, but I'm adding the butterfly first versus gluing down my photo. And I'm going to struggle with this, and then I'm going to lift up this butterfly sticker and realize I should have just added the photos first. I don't know. I think sometimes when I get interrupted, I tend to forget where I left off and what I was doing and what I was thinking. I don't know. So I had to remove it from my photo, as you could see, and then I had to add more adhesive because half the adhesive was all messed up. And I really like that, like how the butterfly is now touching the layout and it's just bringing everything together. I did try to use that last bit of piece of the gold frame to go underneath the flower. However, it's not going to make it on the layout. I think it's just too small of a piece, so I ended up throwing it away and I'm not using it. Now here are those layered stickers, and again, different shades of blue. I don't know if I talked to you about this, but throughout this collection, every paper embellishment had, like, the blue that it was supposed to be does not match. So I found it very difficult to use because some would be more blue, some would be more green, and it just kind of threw everything off. So I couldn't find a place for that daddy sticker without it making look like it was from a whole entire different collection. And it just said Daddy's Girl because she is Daddy's Girl even to this day. And then I'm going to add my title, and I need to bring that metallic gold up at the top. So I found these ones, and I'm just going to write Adorbs because I just couldn't think of anything else as far as another title. And you know, she is adorbs. That's why I included both of those two photos, because her expression in these pictures are just priceless. And she's like a little Gerber baby. This is where I realize on that pattern paper, that ledger paper, there is numbers, and now they're all upside down. But I can't redo this layout. I have to live with it and work around it and just chalk it up, as most people probably won't even notice because they'll be too busy looking at the photos. Now, I'm not going to journal on this. Lately, I have been not really journaling. I actually want to take my time on to think of the words that I want to write on here, and it probably will only be a 1 or 2 sentences because there's really nothing special about this except for that, you know, I just thought it was a very cute picture of my husband holding her, and I took a couple of shots. Anyways, guys, we are at the end. I hope I inspired you to use up your stash, whatever it may be. It could have just been 1 or 2 things, but as long as you're using up your stash, that's all that matters. That's exactly what my goal is to use it up. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like my style and you find that it's, you know, something very similar to yours, I am going to link my channel below, but definitely give, if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button with the Crafty Maven Getaway. We'd love to have you here. There is a bunch of talented ladies, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. You all have an amazing week. Bye!